Hello again, everyone at Ultra Sabers. This is Aaron Riley. I'm going to do a quick review of a couple of the fancier sabers you guys know I have, the Omen, the Raymond, and the Warglaive. But I want to talk about the functionality of these sabers in a like person-to-person combat scenario. So I'll start with the Warglaive. It's on the left here. As you can see, I have removed the claws. I'm a big fan of not losing parts, so I did go ahead and put the screws back in here for now. But this allows the saber to become a much more streamlined, much more straightforward saber. Again, I've gone to the Catalyst pommel. I really like that simple, straightforward look. And that pretty much eliminates all edges from this. You're not going to break open any skin. You're not going to hurt anyone. You'll notice on this here, when you remove the claws, there are these pins that would normally hold the claws straight, keep them from moving, that are very difficult to remove. I've tried taking them out, and they make for a bit of a sharp edge. So if you were to clash into someone's finger or anything, these would definitely cut into them. So with that in mind, I would say that I'm going to get the plain Warglaive emitter without claws at all, so that these pins will not be present in there. And then this will be a great class saber. I really, really like this saber because the vertical groove design, not only do I like the way that it looks, it creates a really good grip. When you're using the two-handed Japanese style sword work, you twist down on these handles as you cut, so it aligns your bones with the handles. It's like wringing a dish rag, and you squeeze it really tight, keeps the blade perfectly straight as it cuts, and it also, if your thumb's here and something's creating pressure, your thumb isn't as strong as if the palm of your hand is driving in. So you have a relaxed grip to a tight grip. And with these vertical grooves, it really allows you to twist down on that saber. I really like the feel of it. So I really enjoy these vertical grooves as opposed to the horizontal ones that you see in so many handles. That's why I went with this one. And I have to say, this is a great saber. The choke point is a perfect place to put your hand, and the distance is just right between the two hands for my size of hands. I don't ever catch myself moving up towards the top. I always stay right in this choke point. And then again, like I said, the distance is here. And when you're doing that squeeze, I really like the feel of these grooves. This is a great, great handle. I use this one a lot in class. It's fairly new, so it's not dinged up too bad yet, but that'll change. The second one is the Raven, very first fancy saber I bought. Once I bought my test sabers just to see the quality, I couldn't resist this saber. Now, taking the claws off makes it much more functional for class. Again, you have these pins that are in here that if you were to hit somebody would definitely cut open a finger. I haven't tried removing them because I don't use this saber too much in class. This is sort of my solo kata saber. I do all my work with it, and I leave the Super Sith Edition claws on because the look of this saber I have not seen on any of the other sites that I've been on. Anywhere on the internet, a saber that looks more like a Lost Tribe of the Sith saber to me. And that is definitely the section of the Sith faction and generally the Force that I identify with most. They've really got a lot of the qualities of the Jedi still mixed in with the Sith Lords we know, the Baneline Sith Lords. So I really identify with those ones. And this saber, to me, looks just like something the Kai family would carry. And I absolutely love it. The only bad thing I can say about the saber is these ridges on the handle project out, where the majority of the ridges that they cut into their handles, they cut down into them in little U-shapes. You all know what I'm talking about. And by having these protrude and the edges being fairly sharp, after using them for a while, it does kind of rub the skin on your hand a little bit raw. So you'll be using this for a while, building up calluses before that is no longer a problem. And again, like I said, I use this for kata work, so it's not too bad for me. But I even really enjoy the look of this saber without the claws. What a nice looking saber. I'll also sometimes, just for looks, put the Catalyst pommel down here. I can't unscrew this now, of course. Yeah, let's take this off. And actually, even leaving that, I like the look of that as a pommel as well. I don't know if you guys have done that, but the Scorpion comes apart in two pieces, and I really think this makes a sharp looking pommel. But I also really enjoy the look of this saber Catalyst pommel on here. There we go. What a sharp looking saber. All right, now here's the one I've really been dying to tell you guys about. This is the Omen without the emitter. Once you take the emitter off of this saber, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is my favorite Ultra Saber, hands down. The design of the handle, I really like the look of that. It looks very refined, something like a master would carry, whether it be a Sith Lord, whether it be, you know, the Emperor, whether it be a Jedi Master, a Knight, somebody who's really done their time with a saber. I love the simplicity, yet it adds a little personal flair, if you will. On site, you can get these in black, red, and blue, or crimson and azure, as they put it. But I can't tell you enough. The balance of the blade without this here, the size of the pommel, the way that just fits in the grip, leaving 2 fingers underneath, 2 fingers on top. The length of the handle is a tiny bit shy for my width of hands, but I honestly can tell you the weight of this with this larger pommel on the end. I've got an emerald driver in this. I think I may actually be sending this one back in to get that recharge port because I like this one so much. But this saber, without the emitter, is hands down my favorite dueling saber. It's got the perfect balance, speed, reflex, 2 hands or 1. I just love the feel of this saber in my hand. With that in mind, I know not everybody is willing to spend, you know, the extra, I think it's about $30 if you look at some of the other sabers. They're in the $150 price range. This one's closer to the $200 price range. So I know a lot of people are not going to be able to spend that $30 to $50 extra just for taking the emitter off and having this handle. But I'm telling you, if you were to do that, you would not be disappointed. I love this saber. It is my favorite Ultra Saber right now. I'm working on a few customizations with people. Once I get all the parts in and put together, I'll be doing a very thorough review on this one. But I'm just giving you a heads up now. I can't say enough nice things about this saber. I'm so happy that I bought the Omen. I love the way it looks with the emitter just sitting on a shelf. I love that saber-tooth sound font, something different. But I can't tell you enough what a great saber this is. And finally, because I know a lot of people want to see it, this is my Manticore staff. I absolutely love my nickel-plated CE Manticores. They are some of the neatest looking sabers. I love that CE nickel plating finish. This is something I hope that Ultra Sabers offers a lot more of in the future. I would love see some of the other handle designs nickel plated. It is just breathtaking, that darker graphite tinted silver as opposed to the super shiny aluminum silver is just, it's incredible. It just looks like a seriously machined high quality piece of equipment. I can't tell you how much I love these sabers. I'm going to be contacting them. I don't know if they'll CE other things, but I really want to get a nickel plated connector. So that's hopefully something they're working on offering. I know they've got the black anodized and the silver. I'm hoping they're working on a CE connector because that would really bring this saber together. Handling on this saber is great. This is my go-to staff saber in class now. When I'm working on saber techniques with people, when I'm working on my spins, I love the feeling of this saber. Having these emitters on either end gives you a perfect feel to where your hand goes without ever falling onto the blade. It gets just big enough that as you're sliding your hands, you know right when you're at the end of the staff, and there's no danger of you coming over onto there without some sort of guard or stop. Just the design of this lets you know right when your hand is there, and there's no need to worry. As the length is just about right. Everything could be a little longer, but that's the thing most people don't realize with the saber staff. It's not like a regular staff you would use in martial arts. It's not a weapon of reach. When you're doing that, you would be holding a staff like this, which obviously with a lightsaber does not work. So this really is more like using 2 lightsabers, very much like a dual style, but they're connected to one another, which allows you to generate a lot more power in your individual swings than actually just holding a saber single-handed. So, like I said, I love the look of this. This is my go-to staff in class. There are really no bells and whistles. Everything you might hit somebody with is rounded, smooth edges. This is a great class saber. Perfect. I hope everybody's enjoyed this, and I'll move on to my next reviews. Thank you.